Listeners, episode 13 is now live, and to my left is the one and only Gabe Croley, a new addition to the Matt Kelly group here. He's excited, he's young, he's hungry, he's got a few closings underneath his belt. He's a former Georgia graduate, and we are just pumped to hear a little bit about his story just far. He's got a long way to go, and we're real excited to be a part of that. Episode 13, once again, is live now. Give it a listen. And we are back with our Meet the Team series. And right next to me, already a few closings under his belt in just a few short amount of months, Gabe Croley, 22 years old, native of Evans, Georgia. Some would say he is the master of Hereford Farm Road real estate. Harding McManus Road real estate.
That was Hereford.
It's Hereford Farm Road?
That was Hereford.
The quintessential realtor for Hereford Farm Road.
Right.
If you need land, if you need a house on Hereford Farm Road, you call Gabe Croley. Greenbrier School District. We're going to open it up a little bit. How are you, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. First podcast?
My very first, yeah.
That's okay. Feeling a little nervous?
A little bit.
You should. That's all right. It's okay. It's easy. We're having a conversation.
Yeah.
Good. How you feeling about this year so far?
Pretty good.
You should. You've got like 2 closings lined up.
Yeah. 2 lined up. Just had one, earlier. But
okay.
Yeah. Feeling pretty good.
You got a closing tomorrow, making some money. You had a close. You've had one closing already. You had a big referral close out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
You said, heck, you're selling real estate in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah. That was a long track. That was a long showing day.
That's okay. You know who hasn't sold real estate in Columbia, South Carolina?
Who?
Me.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Hey, I'm
very jealous.
Yeah. Client wanted to go out there, so I said, all right, let's go.
Going the extra mile.
Yeah.
Extra 100 miles. That's how far away that is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Good. So Gabe, tell us a little about who you are. Since this is the Meet the Team series.
Yeah.
So just introduce yourself. Tell everybody what you like to do and, what your interests are. Let's hear it.
Well, like you said, my name's Gabe Croley. I'm from Evans, Georgia, born and raised. Went to Greenbrier High School and then went to University of Georgia, graduated from there. And yeah, I like to.
You're a dog.
Yeah, I have a dog. I love watching the dogs.
Have you ever barked at a child before?
I have not.
You really should get into it.
I really
it's
haven't
fun.
had the urge to.
You were not once. You never see a child and you just want to go.
Not a child. No.
You just want to bark out. I'll get on all fours and just.
No, I can hold myself back.
Yeah. I envy that too. There's a lot of envy about you.
Maybe like a Tennessee fan. They gotta be at least like 18 though.
we could bark at some Tennessee fans all day. Shout out to Kate. Yeah, she's a big, terrible Tennessee fan. It's terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know her. You gave her some business. You gave business to a Tennessee volunteer.
Man.
Honestly.
I'll allow it, I think.
I'm ripping your contract up. You're off the team. I think about that. That just ticks me off. You're just helping other people make money too. But how's your time at Georgia?
It was good.
You did all 4 years over there?
Just 2.
Just 2.
So I did my first 2 at Augusta University.
Okay.
And then transferred over.
Okay. Okay. That's smart.
It was a good 2 years. It was fun.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have. I couldn't handle it. Georgia Southern. So Athens would have chewed me up and spit me out. They were smart enough not to admit me and let me bring down their class GPA. So they know a thing or two.
Yeah. It's funny because like a lot of people think of Georgia Southern as like a party school.
It is.
But then it's like UGA is also a party school.
Oh yeah.
At probably the same level.
What is it? More bars per square mile than anywhere else in the country?
Yeah. I was like, we had like 50 something bars.
It is.
It was, every other unit of the downtown was a bar.
Have you been to Ireland before?
Ireland, like the country?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ireland's like that. Ireland is like every city's Athens.
Yeah.
You go in and you're like, how are these bars all staying open?
Yeah. Pubs, I guess, over there.
Yeah, the pubs. And then you get there and then like at 9 a.m, there'll be like a 7 Nations or 6 Nations rugby league match or something. And I think it's 6, maybe 7 Nations, whatever it is. And it's 9 a.m. in the morning. It's packed. It's slammed.
That's crazy.
Greatest thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, that's Athens on game days, at least.
It is 9 a.m. Slammed. So, what were some of your biggest lessons you learned in college? You're only 22. You're pretty fresh out.
Yeah. No, really just I guess managing time right.
Okay.
I think, and like, because I was living on my own for like first time,
Okay.
so just having to like have more responsibility and like actually,
Mm-hmm.
clean up after yourself and going to class on time.
Yep.
And just in general, staying out of trouble.
Yeah. Well, you're 22. You've picked this up a lot quicker than some other people in this room have done. So we got some troublemakers in here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all y'all, except for you, Preston.
Well, he's not there yet.
He's not even 22 yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna have him on next episode, y'all. Good. So you're 22, and how did you even find real estate in general? Like, what even tipped you off to come into this industry?
Well, I mean, my dad's always had like rental properties.
Mm-hmm.
Just all my life. I remember growing up, and we'd go over there and whenever someone moves out,
Mm-hmm.
go fix some things. And I just remember helping him do that, and then
Exchange
learning.
a few cuss words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about exchange, but maybe get some.
Yeah, you hear some.
So that kind of sparked a little bit of interest in like the investment side. And then, yeah, I mean, really it's the investment side is what really got me thinking about it.
Okay.
And then I had thought about being an agent for a while,
Okay.
but yeah, I decided just to go for it one day, really.
And you started working in the commercial side of the analyst side for Maybaum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that for a little bit?
Yeah, it was for about 4 months or so.
Okay.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
And that was really cool, just seeing the commercial side of it and actually doing like seeing the numbers and what all goes into that.
Who did you really work for over there?
That was Jordan Collier and Brian.
Jordan. Old Jordan Collier?
Yeah. I saw him.
No wonder you left after only 4 months.
Nah, he's great. He's a great guy.
If Jordan hears this. No, good guy. Really good pickleball player.
Yeah, I played one time with them.
Would you that Wednesday group, that like 5 a.m. group? Yeah. Oh yeah.
One time.
They kicked me out. I think I wasn't good enough for them.
Yeah, I don't think it probably happened with me too. But to be fair, it was my first time.
Oh yeah. No. But they got that 5 a.m. Wednesday pickleball group, and that's serious.
You guys are athletes.
Yeah.
I used to be an athlete, but
what sports did you play?
I did wrestling for 3 years at high school.
Okay.
So freshman to junior year, and then played lacrosse my junior to senior year.
Okay.
So,
man, I will tell you, sometimes when you're in this industry, that could come in handy because some of these times you're going to want to go to that phone and wrestle some of these agents.
Yeah.
Just grab them by the neck and take them down. Right.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No.
Terrible advice.
No.
But you can tell me if you want to. Therapy. It's like kind of just, Matt, really want to put this person in a chokehold, and we talk about that. So, so we're doing some analysts for the commercial side over at Maybaum. Came over to our team, and how do you feel you're doing so far?
Feel good. I wouldn't say I'm like satisfied necessarily.
Okay, that's a good thing.
I am just getting started. And you hear some things sometimes takes agents like 6 months to get their first thing. So I feel like in that like aspect of like getting deals kind of faster, doing well, but would like to do more. So
I think when I first started, and I was working French Market West, and digging ditches and all this stuff, but I had 1, 2, 3, 4 my first 6 months, something like that. So yeah, totally good. It's great. But you got something in Columbia. It's cool. It's cool. What do you think?
Yeah, that one was just kind of fell in place.
It is.
But yeah, I was happy to take her out there.
So that's a byproduct of you. Really, what that is a byproduct of you putting in time and talking to your client in a way to where it builds trust with her, and enough trust to where she said, "Gabe is my guy," even out of his normal market. I know Gabe is going to do his due diligence and look out for my best interests, and we can go into a market that even he isn't that familiar with, he still has the tools to get all the pertinent information, right? We have all the access to the data out there through the realtor associations and such. And she chose you. Really, that's what it is. And you and I know that, not the most cut and dry, teed up client, right? This is a client that, she needs some special care and attention, and you provided that, and you're doing a great job for her. Yeah. And so, it's cooler than you may think it is. But when you get more into this industry, when you get a little more experience, you're going to realize that, because for every one of her, there are 5 or 6 people who will work with you here, and then they just won't even mention a property somewhere in another city.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes I'll have people that'll buy a house in North Augusta, and they'll go, "Oh crap, I didn't know that you even worked in South Carolina, Matt."
That's one thing I've started telling people is like,
yep,
like when we're on the phone doing our calls, about one property, I would like to add in, like, I can show you any house, Georgia or South Carolina, so they're just that way they know.
Yep. Some people don't even realize they think South Carolina. People think South Carolina is hundreds of miles away from Augusta, Georgia. Somehow they don't even look at a map.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny you said that. The other day we were talking about, I forget who it was, but I was like saying something about moving North Augusta, and they were like, "That's so far away," and I was like, "It's 20 minutes down the road." Like, you just get on the highway and you're right there.
Yeah, you're not even 20 minutes.
Yeah,
if you're working anywhere near downtown Augusta, North Augusta is an incredible option.
Well, I don't think people realize sometimes that when we go to these Green Jackets games, like me and all my friends or whoever, and that's North Augusta. Yeah. I don't think they literally click sometimes, but
it's how it happens. So we have some goals for this year. We have some goals. Tell me what some of your goals are. What have you set? We did the exercise where we kind of wrote a letter to ourselves, right? So, and don't tell me what you wrote in the letter. I'll tear up. But tell me about kind of what some goals you set for yourself this year.
I believe it was 25 transactions.
25. Okay. This next 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're not quite there yet. We're not on that pace.
Not quite. We
got 2 closings in March. All you need is 2 more contracts to close in April, and then you're back on track.
But right. It's a big goal. Like, I know that
it's a big goal.
We're going to go for it.
Okay. And what are we doing to reach that goal? Tell me about what your morning looks like. What's your process?
Do a lot of which recently started doing this more, was reaching out to like anybody I knew in the past.
Okay.
And then obviously we have leads coming in, just working those leads, but scrolling down to 2021 text messages, finding out who it was, like, and that's a fun one, because you call them up, it's like, "Hey, you remember me?"
Yep.
Yeah, and I told you I had like some old lawn care clients.
Yep.
That
we got a listing coming from that.
We do, believe it or not.
We do got a listing client from your old lawn care company.
That was also one of those things where just kind of fell in place.
Yep.
It's like perfect timing of a phone call, and
it speaks to that mantra. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting.
Yeah.
You never know. My favorite thing to hear is funny you asked. Right? Funny. Oh yeah, funny you've asked. And all you got to do is just reach out.
Yeah, that's right.
And what do we ask? Is there? Do you have any real estate goals in 2025? Is there anybody that you're looking to buy or sell? Do you have any interest or curiosity about the real estate market for the next 18 months? We have the data, and you never know who that person's going to be. All right. Yeah. So we got 25. We have 25 properties. Now we kind of have a base plan, right? We're working our 8x8s. We are going back and we're trying to create 30 A-list relationships per quarter, right?
Yeah.
You talk about the grocery store.
Yeah. Say hey to them in the grocery store.
Say hey to them in the grocery store. You need to be calling them up. Even if you kind of avoid them in the grocery store. You may still want to call them up,
Yeah.
but that's going to be a little more difficult of a call.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one thing I've grown in is like having the confidence to call somebody.
Okay.
I remember when I first started, I was just not
It's a little weird.
Yeah, not like scared, but like just felt awkward trying to like calling somebody.
So what's changed?
I started to tell myself like it's just another person. Like they know you. Just call them up, see how they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
They know why you're calling.
yeah,
That's okay.
Don't even have to say it sometimes. Usually they'll even just ask me, "How's it going?"
Yeah,
like real estate stuff.
How's the market?
Yeah.
What do we say? What do we say when someone asks you how's the market?
Well, are you a buyer or a seller?
Right, investor. Depends on what you're looking for.
Depends on what you're looking for.
All right, market's different from all three different people, all three different types. All right, so good. So you're feeling a little more confident now. You are when you're reaching out to these people. What's your mindset in terms of while the phone's ringing, like what are you really looking to do with these people?
I really try to like connect with them sometimes.
Okay.
Like just find something in common. A lot of times that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not trying to just come at them and like, hey, can I sell your house?
No,
it's
never
more
gonna work.
like ask them how they're doing and how's the family? How's work going? And that's a good one too. Like just how's work going? Because I know a lot of people just got new jobs.
Got a lot of friends out there in the job market
recent
right
graduates,
now. Going through all those growing pains, job insecurity, trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scary time.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
But yeah.
How's Carolina liking the commercial stuff over at BNC?
She's loving it.
She's loving it. Okay, good.
Doing real good. If she's got some good clients she's starting to work with.
Okay. Okay.
That she's done. Just recently did a lease.
Okay.
Somewhere downtown, but
when y'all get home at night, what do y'all talk about? Y'all aren't engaged yet. Y'all engaged?
No, not yet.
Not yet. We don't need to. No, we're not going to announce plans on the Market Shakers podcast.
Maybe not on the podcast.
Y'all living together?
No.
Okay, it's okay if you did. My wife and I bought a house together. We got engaged for about a year. We lived together. That felt real risky at the time, but it worked out.
Well, yeah.
Long term. Actually, I was a tenant. She owned the house. I was paying a rent.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I was paying a rent.
Yeah.
And is really what I said. So I was like,
yeah.
If I don't be careful, I'm gonna get a 30-day notice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll call squatter rights on her butt and make her drag me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine y'all can have some conversations and such at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. We've had to stop talking about work whenever we're together away from work.
Yeah.
Because it's just become a thing where it's like we both start talking about it and then it's
really? You can see
been
that.
an hour and all we talk about is work. And it's like,
it's a common ground. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And I say that one of the biggest things I can tell you is what I try to avoid, and you'll feel it once you start, once it becomes a habit, is you don't want to bring your negative work experiences to the house. Very easy. You get home and it's like, oh, how's work, honey? Like, oh, this client, they're up my butt, and they've got somebody in their corner who doesn't trust real estate professionals, and I get it. But I'm being my entire livelihood is being brought into question, and just blah blah blah, difficult this, difficult that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, after doing that for an amount of time, it starts to become a habit, and those habits spread. Do not come home and and just talk about your difficult situations.
Yeah.
Right. Vent. That's fine. But, don't make that a habit, as I can tell you, because your partner, hearing about difficult situations, all the time, it just brings in around a sense of negativity when you come home.
Yeah.
carry the same energy that you do with your clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
It worked. We're talking to clients, don't walk into an appointment complaining.
Mm.
When we're trying to interview, when someone's interviewing us, somebody is considering us to be their representative for real estate.
Mm.
And it's super easy to do, but we don't come in from a negative perspective. Everything's good. No problem can't be solved.
Yeah.
They're not problems. They're challenges. They're growing pains, and we're excited to take those things on. And, the conversation needs to be, instead of, oh gosh, difficult client, blah, blah, blah. It needs to be, we're working through some things with some people, and, we've got some challenges here, but, we've got this going on, and we're going to solve it this way. Right. It's a much more productive conversation, and it leads to, it's just those little things that as you progress in your career, you want to make sure you stay on top of, because your spouse is not your emotional punching bag for your difficult people in your business.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. They want to hear the good news too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way too easy to just give them the burden of the bad and all the negative. Keep that, keep that in. Express it when you need to, but keep it to a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We all do it. Just something to stay on top of.
Yeah, some good advice there.
Mm-hmm. So Gabe, you are going to be doing 25 homes in the next 12 months. We're excited for that. Okay. We're building 30 A-listers per quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we do 25 houses. Okay. And would you like to do this outside of work? What's your stuff outside of work?
I really like, golf. I golf a good bit.
Golf, walking land.
Yeah.
Whenever someone asks what you're doing in your golf, you say walking land. Walking land.
But
out here surveying, looking at the topo maps.
Yeah. And then just go to the gym a good bit.
Okay.
Try to get active.
Getting beefy.
Yeah.
What are you squatting?
Well, I got the back injury. So,
yeah.
So
Can't squat.
I really haven't worked in the gym in months. So. I feel deflated, real small.
That's fine. But we're preparing mentally. Mentally, we're still in the gym.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
I got to get back into it.
We'll work it out. Good. Tell us this. We're going to end on this. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. What is something you were most excited for in the next 12 months in Augusta real estate in general? Yourself, your goals, your business, your personal life. What are we pumped up about?
Really just excited to start doing more business and seeing the way the market kind of acts.
Okay.
How we've been seeing more activity in the Grovetown area and things like that, and just making more connections too. And growing business and helping more people out, helping them find their home or sell their home.
So I know we're working a bunch of leads in Grovetown, north and south of Fort Eisenhower. So if you were looking in those areas, Gabe is your man. He's got the inside scoop on a lot of buyers looking. He's got some sellers that we're digging out of the woodworks. So if you want some off market stuff, Gabe can certainly help you. On market stuff, he can definitely help you. Gabe, what's a good way to contact you?
Just my phone number, 706-832-9038.
706-832-9038.
That's right.
Love it.
Yeah,
Gabe, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you coming on, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Good. Talk soon.
Talk soon.